smash this world, rally the troops, boys and girls, defeat the evil that took Daniel Pearl, raise up saints, crash this world, smash this world, hold it down for the crown, surround sound, reverse that crown, never be bound to the earth. For what it's worth, it's the habitat, land of the laws, modern day sleep stacks, just a man, take out the clan, can't understand without Christ, heaven banned. Satan starts grinning like the Cheshire, got sinners sinning straight to the fire. I'm live wire, direct line to Lord's pager on my block, nothing higher, silly player, the major. Try to make the four-style general, James Bond style, catch my profile, let's smash. Throw your hands in the air and just smash. Make my people wanna jump and just smash. Give praises to the Lord and just smash. Come on, smash. Come on, smash. Throw your hands in the air and just smash. Make my people wanna jump and just smash. Give praises to the Lord and just smash. Come on, smash. Come on. Wickedness like the pipe you're hitting this. Viper to the lyrics, I'm spitting this. Can I get a witness? Tracks on the hit list. Hip hop, not a mistress. Physical with the fitness.
You can't directly reach.
Kick free. Brain on fire from mad cow to Z. Straight leg dungarees, cuts off oxygen. You're straight cheese. Brittany's a tease. Product of an old man's fantasy. Stop acting childish, yo, act manly like Dexter.
Make a point.
Laboratory, midnight story, Dante's purgatory. Got you thinking, wild dancing to my microphone. Kiss the rock, start romancing the stone. Yo, covers blown. The whole world wants to own my lyrical chrome. I'll give the dogs a bone. Let's smash. Throw your hands in the air and just smash. Make my people wanna jump and just smash. Give praises to the Lord and just smash. Come on, smash. Come on, smash. Throw your hands in the air and just smash. Make my people wanna jump and just smash. Give praises to the Lord and just smash. Come on, smash. Come on. Party people, what the heck, the celebration. Good vibration, superpower nation. So we thought we got our backs to the ropes. Terror forgot about the rope, but oh no. Jab, jab, uppercut. 66 books, yo, now devil what? Thought we go down, what easy? You thought in a battle we get queasy. Scriptures, ill rhyme mixture, never bewitch ya. Kid, get the picture, monumental. Try to bring a masterpiece. Saccharine free, slow or fast the beats. Release super treats. Rhyme swap meets. High IQ geeks and dogs from the streets. Legion of angels by my side with bad faces. Crooked teeth and a result of bad praise. Let's smash. Throw your hands in the air and just smash. Make my people wanna jump and just smash. Give praises to the Lord and just smash. Come on, smash. Come on, smash. Throw your hands in the air and just smash. Make my people wanna jump and just smash. Give praises to the Lord and just smash. Come on, smash. Come on.
Arc seconds. This gives us 3,600 seconds of arc in every single degree. Here we see a theodolite. It's a surveyor's instrument that measures angles down to a second of arc. Using industrial instruments like these, we can answer questions like, how wide is the Grand Canyon? And how high is Mount Everest? In 1902, an extended survey of the Grand Canyon was conducted. The survey found that the Grand Canyon is 277 miles long and up to 18 miles wide. In 1856, the Great Triangulation Survey of India established the first published height of Everest, 29,000 feet. The only limits on triangulating the distance to an object are one, you have to be able to see the object in order to measure angles. And two, you have to be able to measure and calculate baseline. These might not sound like serious information, but lightning doesn't wait around long enough to take you into and you can't see the top of the sky. Methods for finding distances to things like these are relevant to the methods that will take us to the planets and the stars. So let's go. For some things, you need to know something about the physical processes in play. For example, how far away is light? To answer this question, it helps to know something about what lightning and sound are. For example, we know that a lightning flash is caused by a massive electron across the sky. This creates a vacuum in the air, and thunder is the sound of the air collapsing back together that? We also know that sound is a wave. The speed of sound is varied and depends on the properties of the substance through which the wave travels. Air, the speed of sound is approximately 0.2 miles per second. So all we need to do to see how far away light is to start counting the seconds at the flash, stop at the second, and multiply the number of seconds by 0.2 to get how many miles away it is. Here we have a 6-second delay between the light and the sound. Light is away. As we move up the distance ladder, we'll be using knowledge about stars and light in similar ways to our use of light and sound here. For some things, you simply have to go there to find out how far away it is. For example, how high is the sky? It's not something you can see, so triangulation won't work. To answer this, you need to go there or send something there and report back how far away it is. In the beginning, all we could say for sure about the atmosphere was that clouds were closer to the surface of the Earth than the sun, moon, planets, and stars. We knew this because clouds always covered up the surfaces of these objects, never the other way around. Our knowledge in this area didn't really begin until the late 1700s when high-flying balloons came into use. Here's a scientific balloon launch. High-altitude balloons have been used for over 70 years for atmospheric exploration. They fly at altitudes in excess of 20 miles above the surface of the Earth for billions on end. It wasn't until the 1980s aircraft, rockets, and spacecraft were put to use to travel high into the atmosphere to figure out just how high it went.
Knock the demons off while still living a good life. Who really want to whip it, ready to go?
Turns out that the atmosphere doesn't happen exactly how we live in the jungle. What happens is that the air gets thinner and thinner and eventually merges into and then becomes outer space. There are the layers. The troposphere begins at the surface and extends to around 7.5 miles. This is where we get all of the weather, and it is where our passenger jets fly over that weather. The stratosphere extends from the troposphere to about 32 miles. The balloons we discussed fly in this area. The mesosphere extends from the stratosphere to around 52 miles. It is the layer where most meteors burn up upon entry into the atmosphere. The thermosphere extends up to 240 miles and is considered outer space. The air is so rarefied that an individual molecule travels on average about a half a mile between collisions with other molecules. The International Space Station orbits this level. Going is a technique we can repeat for distances throughout our solar system.
Christian, what's your profession? Screaming loud and rapping.
Let's find out how big. Using geometry is a key technique. Around 200 BC, Aristotle actually calculated the size of the Earth and came pretty close. Aristophanes used Aristotle's ideas that 1. If the Earth is round, the Sun would appear at different positions to observers at different locations. 2. If the Sun were very far away, the light ray would be almost parallel between any two locations. For his two locations, Aristophanes chose Alexandria and Syene, now Aswan. He knew how far apart these two cities were, 493 miles. Aristophanes knew that on the first day of summer, the sun passed directly overhead at Syene. At midday, same day, using a tower in Alexandria, he measured the angular displacement of the sun from overhead. He found that the angular displacement was 7.2 degrees. That's approximately 1/50th of a circle. Geometry tells us the angle measured at the tower is the same as the angle between lines connecting the two cities to the center of the Earth. This is because when a straight line crosses parallel lines, it crosses them at the same angle. So given that the angle is 1/50th of a circle, the distance between the cities would be 1/50th of the circumference of the Earth. Thus, the circumference can be estimated by multiplying the distance between the two cities, 493, by 50, which equals 24,650 miles. The actual number at the equator is 24,901 miles, so he was only 1% off. This is an experiment anyone can do. In fact, in 2005, it was a science project for a number of schools around the country. I'll point you to details in the credits, in case you'd like to try it yourself. Once we have the circumference, geometry gives us the rest. For a spherical Earth, the diameter is equal to the circumference divided by pi. That's 7,926 miles. The radius is half the diameter, so it's 3,963 miles. The surface area is 4 times the radius squared times pi. That's 196 million square miles. And the volume is 4/3 the radius cubed times pi. That's 260 billion cubic miles. Needless to say, this is very large. A high school teacher calculated the number of students that could fit inside the Earth. It came to 137,188,690 times 10 to the 12th students. This number of students is so large that if you could count one number per second, it would take you more than 4 trillion years to count this high. So you can see, the Earth is very large indeed. Now that we have a feel for how large our planet Earth is, how high the sky goes, how we measure and calculate these distances, we'll finish the chapter with a look at some of our great cities at night from space and identify their distances from our home base, San Diego, California. Astronaut Don Perry went to significant lengths to get high-def pictures of the Earth's cities at night from the International Space Station back in 2008. Combined his pictures with the time-lapse photos taken by the crew of expeditions 28 and 29 aboard the space station in 2011. The space station orbits 230 miles above the Earth. We start with nearby cities. Like nearby stars, these are the most familiar to us. Distances are measured in hundreds of miles. Nearby star distances are measured in trillions of miles. As we move east across the North American continent, distances grow to thousands of miles. Similarly, distances to faraway stars grow to hundreds of trillions of miles. We jump by thousands of miles as we cross the voids created by great oceans such as the Atlantic. This reminds me of the galaxy voids in the structures known as superclusters.
Take it back before I smack it. Full metal jacket, rhymes monumental. Live out the casket, grinding tactics. Don't get your back kicked. Face first into the cactus. Never need a racket. Bagging on rock is a habit. You a funny jackrabbit, Mr. Abbott. Try to grab it, leave your cut at the joints. Gotta have it. Yo kid, what's the point? Mental expands, thoughts command. Pop hip hop is about to be banned. I can't stand showbiz hams and also ran. Trying to corrupt my plan. Give me 30 days and about 50 grand. Until your bloodstream like the burning hands. That's my word, that's my command. That's the truth and that's my man. That's my word, that's my command. That's the truth, that's my man. Them's my peeps, them's my G's. Watch the freaks, them's my streets. That's my word, that's my command. That's the truth, that's my man. Them's my peeps, them's my jeeps. Watch the freaks, them's my streets. That's my word, I said it in the first verse. Watch your style before you're in a black hearse. Can't hold me down, I'm like water flowing through your fingernails, like a killer whale on a hunt. No, I can't fail. God got my back, we came to battle hell. Might as well do a double take, I'm fast. See me on the highway, put your foot on the gas. Look in your rear view, kid, can I ask you why you're looking backward when I'm driving right past you? Fast and furious, profits impervious. Are you really serious? Your mind delirious? Rapping psychotic, flows robotic, style hypnotic, never rapping off topic. Last of Mohicans, crackhead you tweaking, fear in your eyes from the facts that I'm speaking. That's my word, that's my command, that's the truth, that's my man. Them's my peeps, them's my jeeps. Watch the freaks, them's my streets. That's my word, that's my command, that's the truth, that's my man. Them's my peeps, them's my jeeps. Watch the freaks, them's my streets. Blazing tracks, lyrics off a hot rack, blasting off. Pain when I contact, never sell out. Ripping up the contract from the old school, use words like fact. That's my word, mic to the studio, reality raps. That's my duty, yo. Tried to auction off my style on eBay. Can't be heard unless we got the DJ. Handle on the whole way, don't need a date. Pole position when I'm sitting on the starting gate. Bill Gates, you're the loner on shipmates. Looking for love, start digging in the record crates. Keep the grip, I said I got the handles. MC banners blown out like Roman candles. Wanna start, yo, this is from the heart. Monumental from the National Park. That's my word, that's my command, that's the truth, that's my man. Them's my peeps, them's my jeeps. Watch the freaks, them's my streets. That's my word, that's my command, that's the truth, that's my man. Them's my peeps, them's my jeeps. Watch the freaks, them's my streets. That's my word, that's my command, that's the truth, that's my man. Them's my peeps, them's my jeeps. Watch the freaks, them's my streets. That's my word, that's my command, that's the truth, that's my man. Them's my peeps, them's my jeeps. Watch the freaks, them's my streets.
Based on the evidence from the expanding universe, the faster a galaxy is receding away from us, the further away it is. We get the receding speed from the red shift in the light from the galaxy. This method works all the way back to near the Big Bang around 13 billion years ago. We'll be building this ladder rung by rung as we move through the following segments of this video book.
Somebody sent me stole the cookies out the cookie jar. Making hard for the sun and the star.
Triangulation,
hold it down, gave us Genesis and Nemesis. No, gave us love and so the spirit would grow. So where did we go wrong? On and on, string the questions. Answer in my subtle dream sessions. Hard to learn a lesson when I don't respect the preacher. Hard to be a seeker, every student is a teacher. Gotta reach the top, let it knock through your speakers. Pop, we kinda wrapped in the government plot. Now lick a shot.
The next section is our solar neighborhood. Parallax will take us to the stars, our local neighborhoods such as Alpha Centauri, and
no wonder all the stress and strife plague the planet. It's deeper than the structures that emerge from the planet. I swear from the soul to the outside, but glory and pride inside in case the vibe worldwide is a scene. Whatever you self-see, folks say it's a dream. I'm living the real thing. Whatever the
number of these methods drop out as we move into the local group of galaxies around us. As we move further out, only supernova can be relied upon. Also, we move into distances where red shift begins to work. When the furthest reaches of space, we have only red shift.
No, I spit that Willie natural, check the Buddha flow. And with this loving in my heart, the world look beautiful. I wake up early in the morning, stretch and touch my toe. I need you with me in my life, cause man, that's all I know. We do it digital with ohms, poems for future leaders, for my homies and all of my senior readers, y'all can beat us.
I seen it on the radio, heard it on the TV. Images and words saying how we ought to be. They follow prophecies. Then they got divisions in religions. Corporations build prisons. It's business decisions. Living on this foundation that's been planted long ago. Cats like Willie Lynch never wanted us to grow, but the real flow came much long before Wall Street dividends or even a world war. That pure uncut 100% vibe, family reunion, electric slide type of ride. Love. We are miles apart.
the ace. For the sake of what we do, it's almost like you can't survive without that day-to-day 9 to 5. Until the day that I can say I'm leaving to pursue other ventures with coworkers saying that I knew to win. With a grin, I bear it all with no pride, cause I provide for me and mine with a car and a job. Yo, my man I-Red got a car and a job, and my man Ajax got a car and a job, and my dude Cap sure got a car and a job, and my DJ DNA got a car and a job, and Trey Kell got a car and a job, and that man Omega Watts got a car and a job, and my dude Rafi got a car and a job, and you know Sojourn got a car and a job. Yeah.
Just ask anyone, what would they die for? More money and diamonds galore.
Fortune and fame, high-speed car chase, name of the game.
feel? Would you still be around if my pockets wasn't filled? If I couldn't buy you everything you want, would you be my wife? Tell the truth, no front. I need to know now, I can only ask once. And to wrong get tossed like yesterday's lunch. I see it in your eyes that you wanna be my queen. Question is, will you be loyal to your king forever? When I first met you, sincerely, no lie, I was thinking this is meant to be. She's so fly, and just the kind of lady that the doctor ordered. That's the same look in her eyes, the one in her daughter. And I can't tell you how much you mean to me. I can only show you my love, but you be my queen. So you don't have to worry, you don't have to wonder. Just keep it real, let no man take the summer. I know your feelings, the growth is gradual, but you got me feeling when you're close, it's nothing casual. I'm thinking all kind of things, but I'm well said and says you got me love sick and I don't see no getting but snatch it, let the gel coming together. You and me thick as thieves, not fair weather. Praise no illness, man, none of that. Just hold it down, baby, cause I got it on your back. I'm open, she got my heart floating. From trying to find love till she hit me with a potion. Shorty so smooth, call her cocoa butter lotion. Make a family, me and her, yeah, I'm open. Feeling like Columbus when he sold across the ocean. See baby on land, invaded, fast motion. Now we are one, stay shining bright like the sun. Love ringing on my heart like the tongue, she the one.
Ever had to interview someone for a job? Well, today's podcast is all about asking questions in a polite way to find out the information you want to know. We're going to learn how to use phrases like, what do you consider? May I ask? And could you tell me?
So, you're interested in position.
I prayed and asked God, I said, God, what do the people need to hear? Right. What do they need to hear? Okay. You know, because so many times you have people yelling at people, pointing fingers, say, "You need to give your life to God. You need to get it together." And it's I'm not knocking that. We need to do that as well. But also sometimes you can get across to them more if you come in a calmer way or in a quiet tone, just talking, you know. And it's exactly what I did in Pick Yourself Up. I wrote the song, I wrote the rap to it, and I said, you know, just pick yourself up. Don't give in. God is there for you, and whether you're a Christian or whether you're in the streets, you know.
May I ask you what your greatest
it'll minister the same as it would to someone who's saved and struggling, you know, in and out of church or you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, so it'll minister the same as it would to anybody in the streets. So that's why it can relate to a lot of people. You know, a lot of people can relate to it because a lot of people are feeling down, especially like the young people today growing up. There's so many pressures that the devil is throwing against them. They need to hear something uplifting. And Tim's voice, as you hear it, you'll hear that Tim's voice is like the Spirit crying out, you know. And it's beautiful the way he did it, man. I mean, when we were in the studio doing it, I just felt, you know, and I felt chills. I was like, man, you know. A friend of mine cried while we were doing it in the studio. He just broke down and cried while we were doing the song. But you'll feel it. I mean, you know, it's like the Spirit is crying out. And then all of a sudden the soothing, the comfort of the words, you know, comes in, and I'm saying, don't give up, come on, pull yourself together.
13 years old.
You can make it. But with Jesus, you can make it.
Band camp, sports camp, science camp.
Well, it sounds like Sam has done quite well. Can you remember Alison's first question? Let's watch it again.
What do you consider your greatest strength?
What do you consider your greatest strength? Alison uses the word, what do you consider, to make the question more polite. This is more polite than, what is your greatest strength? Let's see some more examples.
Sports camp, science camp, everything. You name it, volunteering, I've done it.
Sure, like to work for free.
Yes.
So
I aim to please, I like to help.
Good. What do you consider most important in your career? What do you consider your greatest achievement? Let's look at another polite question. Here's Alison again.
I see. Very good. May I ask you what your greatest weakness is?
May I ask you what your greatest weakness is? Alison uses the words, may I ask you, to make the question more polite. In a long question like this, the word order changes. Is comes at the end. May I ask you what your greatest weakness is? This is a polite way of saying, what is your greatest weakness? Look at these examples. May I ask you what your sales average is? May I ask you what your greatest achievement is? Another polite form, similar to may I ask you, is could you tell me? Could you tell me what job you are doing? Could you tell me what salary you would like?
can I ask you a few questions? So, may I ask you what you consider to be your greatest strength?
Well, I think that I'm really good at working with people. Like I said, I've been volunteering for 15 years. I'm really dedicated to my job. I like to help. I'm always there to volunteer with services. I like to coordinate things, organize things.
It's strong for you.
And now everybody be like, play life before it's almost gone. Out your speakers at night right before it's almost done. Whole amphitheater like perform one more song. These other rappers just rapping, we can tell when you gone, gone on. Took a minute to dawn on everybody that the lyrics were long gone. We play they records and we like you too, but you be giving us perspective just like you too. You do. You know the motto, spread love and life like I'm Bono, and reap real love from Philly to Colorado. You know how I do, leave a message off in a bottle. Lyrical Vita bullet, bring soul food to a model. They want a handout, I just hand them my pain, and they wouldn't let me in, I just sat in the rain, man. It rained all week, right where they said it's never raining. Then it's back to the pain, temporary vacation. This might be my last song. Everyone I love goes away. They don't really need me. It's been such a long day. Homies right here, but I'm so gone. Feels so right, know it's so wrong. You want life now, see hate is something that I can never write down. I need love now, right now. See, I just wanna do a song with Jill Scott. On a hitting beach, write a hit record with Marsha. It's real hot, they say I'm the next Gil Scott. That's pieces of a man, I'm from the land of the artists. Philly, Philly, my arms be out really. Till they all go and see what my songs be about really. Till that barcode really make all my foes feel me. I'm just heartbroken nearly, but all my flows silly really. That new wave coming, you should just round up your dogs and bear witness what we do for a round of applause. I take phone calls from some of these rappers that's on, and watch their friends turn to ghosts when they phantom is gone. I still love you, my verses will still hug you. When the lights go off and it's curtains, I still want you. When them shots go off, my purpose is still touch you. Temporary vacation, is this what this really come to? This might be my last song. Everyone I love goes away. They don't really need me. It's been such a long day. Homies right here, but I'm so gone. Feels so right, know it's so wrong. You want life now, see hate is something that I can never write down. I need love now, right now. Woo! Woo!
Hi there everyone, my name is Lev and I'm from the Artisans Beats, and today I'm gonna show you how to purchase beats from our store. First of all, you should visit our website artisansbeats.com, and on the main page you will be able to see that beat store. In this beat store you can listen to our beats and purchase it straight from the store. If you want to see some special package deals, you can click this button above the store and you see all the special deals available for the store. And for example, I want to buy 3 beats. This is Mr. Kingdom, for example, people of airplanes and airplanes. I can listen to it, but just by clicking on it, place right now. So here's the buttons: play, pause, forward. And to buy those beats, all you have to do is just press this button, pause button on the right hand, and here you can choose which license you want to get for those beats. All the pricing and options you can see right here. If you need some more information about licensing, you can find it right here, just below the beat store. After that, I'm gonna buy track out of airports. I press just press pause button, then choose checkout. It all appears on the left panel. And then paper haircuts. Yes. Press pause button, it opens all options, and I choose checkout also. So now you see that I choose 3 beats, and as a special view says, I take 3 and pay only for 2, so that means one of those beats is free. And you can see right here on top of it, it's $49.95 discount. So when I press checkout, you can see all the information about your order, and right here you can see what is the total price and discount. So the total price at all with discount is $99.90, which means you get 1 beat free. After that, you have to just click this checkbox, accept terms. So this license is non-exclusive for all of them, and you have to accept terms. And right after that, when you press that button, you have to choose